Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are back on Rec Room. Today I'm going to be showing you a complete beginner guide to creating rooms and like the simple beginning steps that you need to know. And yeah, also quickly before we start this video, I say this in every one of my videos recently. Sorry for my fan in the background if you can hear it. I'm trying to sort that out on Christmas roughly. So around Christmas, hopefully, it will stop, so, yeah. And anyway, yeah, so let's go. You gotta obviously create a room first, which I've done. I'm pretty sure you know how to create a room. It's very simple, just go to your watch, go to create, press create room at the top, and then select a template. If you just want there to be just a blank room, no template, which is good for like making whatever room you want. It's make a room, that's the one you want to choose. But there's loads of other ones that you can get started with. Like propulsion test range is quite like open and big for like terrain stuff and all that in the background you need. But yeah, let's go. So first you want to pull out your maker pen when you join the maker room. To do that you need to go to your backpack. And then go to maker pen on tools and then it will be there. You just press use and it'll spawn in front of you, or if you favourite it, you can just grab it from your back whenever you want. So yeah, I'm gonna delete this mirror now, boom, and let's get started. So when you spawn in, you will see this. If you're doing the maker room, you'll see this. This just pretty much, if you want to like just go full on fresh, just delete everything. Or if you really can't be bothered to do that, go into your, look up at the Maker Pen menu, go to Tools, and on the side here you should see General Settings. If you open that and then scroll down, press Delete Everything. And there you go, you're fresh. Now, with making rooms, they each have ink limits. So different rooms, depending on what permission you have, like limits V2, which is only given to certain people at the moment. This might be different though, because I know they're planning on removing ink limits, but at the time of making this, you can only have up to 100%, which is a lot, but at the same time, it's not a lot. But I have limits V2, but I'm not using it at the moment, so. To open your thingy menu, which you've probably already done, you just flick upwards like that, and you should see all these options. Quickly before we start, I'd like to say snapping is very important. I'd say put that on grid for 95% of the time, and then surface when you're sorting out chips. Snapping off only when you want to do small little tweaks. Because if you turn it off, I'll show you real quick. So if I turn it off, just do a cube. No, I'll just do a prop. No, I'll do a cube. Look, it's at a place, and if I try and move it, look at that. It's literally just free roam. It's going to be so difficult to get it straight. It's very difficult. So that's why you want to turn on grid. You can also change how like big the grid is. So if you go onto snapping settings when you turn it on, position snap, that's like how much you can move it in the grid, and then rotation's the same but for rotation. So for example, if I wanted to make another cube, look how much better that is now. It's always straight, and if I want to rotate it, look, it's snapping into position. So if I want to keep it straight, it's straight now. Now there you go. Oh. There you go. That's much easier. So I'd say do that. It's very important, and that's how people make like straight walls and stuff. Because I made that mistake when I started making in 2019. And yeah. So let's get started. So to make stuff, you just want to go at the bottom here, and you should see palette. You want to click on that, and you should see these shapes probably when you open it up. You can see swatches, props, inventions, circuits, and circuits v1 legacy. If you want to keep the menu up, for PlayStation, it's square on your controller that you're holding the Make Pen with, but I don't know about other platforms. That way you can just do it like that. If you're like scrolling or like searching for a bit, it's very, very important to do this because it can save your wrist from getting hurt. So, swatches, the way this works is like color presets. So you could change the color on this side, whatever, and it doesn't save. But if you want to save a bunch of presets for your colors, then you can. Like for example, I use this for grass. No, not that. That's not grass. I use, where's grass? That's grass. There we go. I use that for grass. So whenever I need grass, I'll just use that one. Sand, I use that. Wood, walls, I use that. Where's wood floor? Oh, I think I forgot to save it. Whoa, my hand just glitched out there. Stuff like this, like dirt, I use that. So yeah, just go through and just make a bunch of stuff. Like metal is also important if you want to make metal floors and stuff. So I'd say start off by making a bunch of these. Once you've like made it using the side here, using the materials and colors, if you want to save it, you press save as a new swatch and it will come up there. So there you go. Yeah, so this is very important. So it saves a lot of time and it's quite useful if you ever forget what everything does, and it saves across everything. So if you're using it in someone else's room but you saved it in your own room, it will still cross over and stuff, so you'll be fine. Now let's get started by just making a floor. If you want to make some sort of grass flooring and you want to make it like terrain based, I'd suggest you use your grass. Hold on, let me delete this swatch real quick. I don't even know what that is. There we go. I'm just going to pull out my swatch. I'm going to build like a thick one, like roughly this thick, because if you put it too thin, sometimes things can glitch through the floor and it's quite annoying. So if you want to make it like big, it's very important to make it big if you want to make like a huge map, because that way you have a big landscape and you can always just leave the rest off if you want to. That way there's an abyss, so it looks like it still goes and it doesn't just end. So if you want to make it big, instead of just flying around the map, just holding down the button, you want to go to scale on the tools menu, click on it once, and then you can see here these little, like, I don't even know what these are, like things. If you hold down on them, you can scale in one way. That way I can do that, like that, like that, and then like that. Perfect, look at that, I've got a huge landscape. Hold on, let me just go to the middle real quick. Yeah, here. There we go, now I've got a decent landscape now. If you want to know how to fly, you just double tap the jump button, or if you have legacy flying on, which is what I prefer, which is the old flying way, you just point your hand upwards, and then you just hold down jump, and then you'll just start flying. In the Maker Pen, you can do this by holding the Maker Pen, but if you're like, oh, I want to make it so I can fly, watch these steps. So I can make it where only creators or moderators can fly. Pull out your Maker Pen, go to Palette, go to the search bar at the top right, and you want to type in roll, like that, and you should see roll chip. Place that down somewhere, it doesn't matter where because people won't be able to see it anyway. Go to tools, go to configure. Now configure is the thing you change everything with, so like, is it grabbable, is it not, and all that stuff. So if you click on configure on this and then open your Maker Pen menu again, you'll see this. Change the role name to fly, and it should pop up there. Now press edit role after you've done that. Keep everything the same, like do not change anything apart from can fly. You want to check that. And then you want to change the bar to yes. And you may think, oh yeah, now I can fly. No, not yet. I think I just moved the floor by accident. No, I didn't, okay. Alright, so after you've done that, you want to go to your watch, your real watch. You want to go to this room. You want to go to settings. And then you want to go all the way over to permissions. Go to whichever one you want to make fly. I'm going to just do it to creator, since I am the creator. Go to MISC, or miscellaneous. Go to auto assigned game roles. Click on that. Oh, game freezes. Click on edit. You should see this. Now press add role. And now you want to type in the name of the role you put down. So mine was called fly. And then after you've done that, just press add. And then it should pop up there. Press done. It might freeze. So then that, if it froze, then that means it works. Go back home, close your menu. Now you can fly without the Maker Pen, and anyone that doesn't have permission, like doesn't have Maker Pen permissions or isn't the creator, cannot fly. Only you can, unless they have the Maker Pen out. There you go. So you could do stuff like make walls and everything, and straightforward. It depends. I can't really tell you like straight up how to make every genre of game because it's pretty much endless. You can make whatever you want. You can make a horror map. You can make a shooter. You can make a recreation of 3D charades in some sort of way. You can make an adventure map. You could make a quest. Anything. So, I'm just going to show you some simple things about like terrain and stuff. If you're making like a bunch of terrain, hold on a second, I didn't mean to do that. If you're making a bunch of terrain, wait, how do you go back now? Is it that? Wait a second. It's been a while since I played Rec Room and I don't know how to go back. What? Oh, okay, that's a new way, okay. So if you want to get out the search, just click one of those options up there. Alright, so some things is, props is very useful, because what the hell? Oh, that's an invention. That's a good invention, by the way, you should check it out. I got it ages ago, though. Props is very useful, because you could just straight up spawn something in, like if I want to spawn in a barrel for decoration, that'd be useful. But if you want to do something like barrel stacking or something, it's quite useful as well, because you can like fill on stack things by going to tools, going to clone/flip, click on that, and then click this once, that green one, and look, you can just straight up stack the barrels up like that. And then if you want to make it so like you clone all three of them without doing the whole thing again, just go to select on the tools, select each barrel, go back to clone again, and then click whichever one you want, and then look, that happens. 2 barrel stashes next to each other. So yeah, that's a pretty useful thing. Freeze is very useful as well, because it stops things from like falling over on some things, and it stops it from being grabbed, and it makes it so you can't edit it unless you unfreeze it, which is very useful if you're like already finished with something and you never want to go back to it again. You could just freeze all of them. So now if I try to go to move, I can't move it because it's frozen, which is good because that means I don't accidentally move it. But if you want to make it so you can, just unfreeze them by using the freeze tool. Right. You can also do recolor as well if you want to recolor some stuff. Oh, barrels can't be recolored, but yeah. Transform is also a good thing because it does like scaling, rotating and moving in the same thing. But to be honest, I haven't got used to it, so I'm just using the old way by just doing move and rotate and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much basic stuff. But if you want to, for example, if you wanted to make a huge terrain, I'm going to turn off grid so I can do this. Wait, no, that's way too small. If you want to change the size of your shapes and stuff, on the right side, if you go to create tube settings. You could like change the size of the tube or whatever and stuff. So if I was making like hills or something, this is very bad, but you get it. For example, if I wanted to make it so like it's not really glitchy, and like I just want to make a straight up wall, but it's so glitchy, just go to configure the shape, and then go to physics mode and put it on decoration. That way they can just walk through it, and if they're not even going to touch the terrain, then there's no point. But if you want to make it so like it's just a straight up wall and they can't go over to it, search up inv, and then you should see invisible collision or invisible collision V1. V1's easier, so just do that for now. I'm going to turn back on grid. So if I want to make it so this hill, I just straight up stop when I try and go near it. I make it the size of the thing that I want it to like stop me at. This is basically an invisible wall, so I'm gonna do there. Now look, I can't go through it, so yeah, that's pretty useful. Alright, now that's pretty much straightforward of how to like do stuff. There are like, you may be thinking like, oh yeah, but how the hell do I make a game and stuff? And there are other tutorials about that. If you want to make a paintball map, I have another video on my channel, go check that out. But you might be thinking like, how the hell do I change my room name? How do I change the logo and all that sort of stuff? So go to your watch, go to this room, and then go to settings, and then you can change the room name, the description, the cover photo. It could be any photo that you've taken recently in the room that's been saved. And you can do all sorts of stuff. Oh, secondary tags, that's new. Oh wow, that's new. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, so I found that I find it pretty cool that you can make this kind of stuff in Rec Room. It's awesome. So yeah. Ooh. Thank you guys. Hold on. Hello. There we go. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see more Rec Room tutorials, I know this one was quite simple and like maybe it like not for you if you like didn't start Rec Room just now. But if you did just start like and you want to know how to use the make pen, I guess this was the video of how to do it. Go check if you want to make stuff like how the hell do I make a horror map, how do I make something follow me, how do I do all that stuff. Go check out other people's videos and on the Rec Room channel, because I can't fit like everything in Rec Room into one video. It would take me hours, maybe even days, honestly. It's nuts how the stuff you can make. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if this has helped you. Subscribe if you want to see more like videos. Like subscribe so then you know when I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.